yesterday, TryHearts and these both of these teams were just really aggressive and just being super relentless, right? They were not giving a single second to the opponent to even think about what is really happening all over the map. And yeah, now that they're up against each other, we're really going to be seeing how that changes. And with that being said, we are already in the pistol round on Ancient, ladies and gentlemen. It has begun.
Here we go. And if it's begun, it's time to shine. It's time to see what they can do. And currently, the T's inching their way up into mid. Might be able to find Evil Scrabble here, who we did see pop absolutely off. But with dualies in hand, it's time to showcase what they are able to do. The swing and the dink from Indigo. This is where we're going to be seeing TryHearts trying their best to fight back. And, ooh, another pick down. Inkwell is gone. And still one player trying to defend. RT Mod grabs Afamon, and the mid push is flanking.
Double donut has been taken down, and now we have TryHearts just holding the side down with Teiko. Only one person alive, and I think he's going to be taken down as well. But yeah, two people. There we go. The kill is now there. Not much Teiko could have done there. It was a pretty nice setup, playing double on Donut and then just deciding, just going for the defensive approach. But yeah, it didn't really work out. TryHearts were just really able to push through and got the kills. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be meaning that they're going to be able to get their hands on the Galils and the Mag-10s and probably and very likely secure another round for themselves because, hey, Teiko wasn't really able to get away with as many kills, so I don't think we're going to be seeing a lot of 5-7s coming through. Yeah, it's only going to be one.
Yeah, honestly, this is going to be a tough matchup here for Teiko, as currently, if you guys don't know, we are seeing a different roster. Not a full-blown 5-people swap, but one of their players, unfortunately, did have some tech issues with their glasses and had to sub in a player that has recently just come back from a vacation. So, maybe not as warmed up as their team from before, but, they still got the shots. And, ooh, look at Indigo with the 3K, 4K, and the round. TryHearts winning it quite heavily there, not even taking much damage.
Yeah, Teiko's just gambling it all in the B main push, and as soon as they get to T-spawn, they're just going to be finding one guy there who's just going to be Indigo. Who's going to be Indigo, and he's just going to be spraying them all down. So yeah, pretty neat second round. TryHearts off to a good start, off to an early good start, and if they're able to keep this up, yeah, it's definitely going to be looking really good for them. But yeah, too early to say anything. Teiko, they finally do have their hands on the rifles, and yeah, once again, they're going to be going for their signature mid-take. The smokers are there, the utils are there, but TryHearts not really buying any of it. Are actually going to be making their way towards B-side, where they're going to be finding RT Mod, the only guy defending the side, taking down one, but going down after that, and TryHearts, once again, just as dominating, are going to be getting the bomb down.
Oof. Lots of damage. Definitely a chance for this team to slow things down a bit, but it's just going to be hope right past that smoke with that Famos. And Afamon around the box. Hasn't been quite spotted yet, and there's the shoulder, and gets the spot down. Hope able to get the pick. Now they have the lead. Inkwell grabs Vector, and this is a big lead helper. Flashes out, but can you find the person behind you? No, it is going to be an absolute execution, and the retake working quite well. No bonus round one yet.
Teiko just really holding on to their horses, just really taking it slow, the retake, and yeah, just making it out to be a success against TryHearts. Even though they lost an early member, they didn't really, panic, and yeah, definitely were successful on that retake, and which is going to be meaning the first round for these guys. Only losing one guy, RT Mod, only losing a FMAS, that's fine. He's going to be opting for the MP9 this time around, but hey, pretty good chances of getting the other round, although TryHearts, they had enough money to upgrade to the AKs and the op, and we probably are going to be seeing them play a little slow. Indigo once again on the op. We have seen him open up sights really casually. Might see something like this coming through again. Teiko. Mid control has been taken.
Yeah, and that's kind of what you expect from a map like Ancient now. With full mid control, it's really about the lurks coming up over in A main. Honestly, it's all about timing here. Who's got more patience to hold their angles, hold their corners, as right now they have to hold their breath, waiting for someone to make the first move. But they got time. They have a lot of time in this game. They should be able to just inch their way onto site. And you look at the CTs, they're giving up mid control. They're kind of anticipating that A push. They have 2 players on B, so they want to try to prep for this. But so far, TryHearts, they're taking extra time in this default.
They definitely are playing out really slow, in Teiko just as passive, not making any moves. Some shots are being fired all towards B, and there it is. TryHearts making their way into A side. 4 people rush it is, and yeah, they're successfully going to be able to take the first line of defense down. Prodigy, though, still standing alive on Dona, but not anymore, as Victor's going to be able to clear him out. A side not entirely secured. The bomb is not going to be able to be planted that easily because, hey, we do have 2 people at Temple, but yeah, they're not making any moves. The bomb planted, and they are now going to be playing it out. The post plant from Donut.
Ooh, post plant looking extra clean. I like where Alphaman's positioned. Alphaman might be able to just take it slow here and allow his team to buy some time. But Indigo, the pixel perfect peeker, is going to grab RT Mod, and Alphaman does what he needs to and takes out Hope. A very solid round for them, but it's just going to be Evil Scrabble, the last player standing, who unfortunately is forced to save with only 1,300 credits. So back to the drawing board is going to be Teiko's play style, and unfortunately, TryHearts is keeping up their momentum even after losing their bonus round. But this is where we can see a little bit of a catch-up, as Alphamon actually just lost to the bomb. But again, Teiko, they're at a disadvantage. They're playing with someone that they didn't get to play with all of yesterday, and that, of course, being Inkwell. So the one player that's kind of new to the party, locking in. We got to see what they can do, what they can bring to the table.
Definitely that would be the case. TryHards just playing it really methodically, and we're able to take A side control. The post plant was really nice as well, and Indigo's op definitely coming into play too, finding RD Mod there, and yeah, super nice round for these guys. And yeah, they are seeming really nice today. They're looking like they're really in the form. And to be honest, Teiko, as we mentioned earlier, they do have a sub, so yeah, they might be struggling with it a little. And with that being said, they're now on an equal round with just an M4 to play around with. Oh, RT Mod, he's going to be caught with his pants down at mid. And that would be the opening peg for TryHearts, and they're just going to keep pushing on with it. Inkwell, though, still alive, P250 active, but not for too long.
Yeah, not for too long, as unfortunately it's just up to Evil Scrabble yet again, coming over from the other side of the map. He is going to grab one, but it's Desh Victor getting the pick down and executing what was a very solid retake. And that's the kind of game plans, the game plays that you want to watch from this team. And that's why we're here in the grand finals. And remember, if you guys see anything that just blows you away, make sure to hit that clip button. You can clip on YouTube, Twitch, and make sure you submit it to the subreddit for the chance at our clipping contest reward. But with that being said, it's now time for both of these teams to buy. It's time for Teiko to take on a new role of maybe winning some rounds here, as this is looking a little bit closer than Comfort. So let's get him in. Looks like this time it's actually going to be a B push with a split down mid.
Yep, Hope trying to take early cave control, whereas TryHard, some of their members up really close B main. Smoked off, though. That is probably going to be delaying them a little bit. RT Mod only really close to the smoke. Not really seeming very keen of letting anyone in. That Molly's really good, but still, cave control and not really gained yet. TryHards, they're just playing it out really slow, just trying to see if Teiko makes any mistakes. Hope. All the hopes of Teiko are on him right now. There we go, TryHards. Indigo is going to be peeking that angle, and Hope is going to be doing a perfect job of clearing him out. He is trying to get more, maybe, never mind, is going to be taken out because of that op. He went in for it a little too early, and is going to be costing him his life.
Very unfortunate there. Now, we have that 1-for-1 trade with Indigo. Honestly, top frag down. TryHards might have a rougher time getting onto point. And with Hope getting traded, you still have a really solid option here for RT Mod to maybe find a gun. That's what he's looking for. Has that MP9 in hand, wants to maybe cut the distance next to his teammate's position. But at the end of the day, 30 seconds remains for the T sides to get on the site and plant. It's not going to be too easy, but Helper inching their way on up. Smokes, mollies, everything's online. And here they go, launching out. Checking their corners, and RT Mod doesn't get the weapon upgrade, and Scrabble doesn't even hold it down. Everybody's dead now, and this is going to be a free B site. And honestly, I think Inkwell and Prodigy, Op and M4, no money, having to go for it yet again. Another save. So unfortunate.
Definitely is very unfortunate. I doubt they're going to be going for any exits unless TryHards decide to go and hunt them down. But otherwise, yeah, Teiko, just another round for these guys that they're going to lose. And TryHards, they are making a big difference in the scoreboard. It's going to be 1-5 at this point. And well, Ancient being a really, not really too much CD-sided, it still is somewhat. So yeah, they're going to be having a little bit of trouble after that half, so they do need to get a few rounds on their hands here. Victor up really close in enemy territory. He's going to be finding one. Can he go for another? Never mind, but that is good enough for him. Still, though, the op on Prodigy's hand is going to be remaining in his hands, and that's all Teiko is going to be walking away after that fight.
That's it. Well, walking away, we have the op in Prodigy's hands, as you said it, but I gotta shout out here the loss bonus being able to hopefully start turning this around, and the timeout here called to maybe just correct the little bit of loss that they've felt. I mean, let me ask you, after watching this game, what do you think their biggest weakness is? Because they're doing a decent job holding mid, but I think the main problem is that they aren't getting aggressive enough to get these picks. I mean, last round started off with a great 1v1, 1-for-1 trade, but if you put 2 there, you can get a 2-for-1 trade. You know, you can do a really solid job at just crippling the T side, because they are split early in this rounds. Every single round we start off a little bit all over the place, and I'm hoping that they're going to be able to take advantage of that, because if they don't, well, this game can end a lot faster than it started.
You're very much right about Teiko not being able to get those early picks that they should be getting. And, you know, T-side, if as long as all 5 of their members are alive, there's not much that they're, you know, worried about. So, yeah, they can just walk into site whenever they want. And, yeah, Teiko, they are taking map controls, but not really able to get those picks in. And that's definitely something that they should be focusing on. And maybe we'll see some change of pace after this timeout, but this time around you can see a lot of people push it up towards B main, and this time they're actually pushing it out. Might be able to get someone on B main. They're all out, and once again it's the upper, but the smoke spray down is coming through. Indigo and Rage Machine are going to be able to take 3 people down. It's just 1 guy left after that whole fight, and Indigo.
Oof. Indigo. I mean, he's low, but he's got his team guarding his back, I hope. No way, the MP9, it's corner touching him. It's just doing so much, and I have him on gone. Ah, so unfortunate to see them wipe like that, and there we go. Indigo with the low HP opens up with the greatest pick here for this A site, and now just 1 player lurking up, and hope. No hope for that one. Teiko losing it 1-6.
That demon rush definitely did not work in the favor of these guys, or at least didn't go the way they anticipated it to go. And yeah, TryHearts, I mean, it's actually quite unfortunate to be pushing when you're just clearly smoked off and just being sprayed down from it. Yeah, definitely not what these guys were expecting to happen. But oh well, it is what it is for these guys now. The round gap has grown up quite a bit, and they definitely do need to come back up from it. We can see a mid take once again coming through. This time around, TryHearts are just... yeah, they're alternating these strats, taking cave control, taking B main control, but this time around, look, they're just all tucked up towards A, and yeah, none of Teiko members are defending A, so this can be really interesting.
I think it's going to be a free site. I don't really see the way that they can turn this very easily, and going into this next round, you're looking at a lot of fear here, and I don't know, I'm hoping that we're going to be seeing something different, but so far, so mid right now, as A is free. TryHearts getting onto the site, but what is the plan for the retake? They have the weapons, they have the util, but they're just running out dry, and Rage Machine will punish 1 before the trade, and there's the counter. Dash Victor getting it down, bomb now planted, and we still see that this retake is going out all angles, but it seems a little bit too chaotic, and another pick is going to come through.
Yeah, Teiko just trying to flood into side, but yeah, none of them were really successful, only being able to take down Rage Machine as he was the first one to enter and try to clear Donut, but that's all that Teiko is going to be walking away with. Just Prodigy alive, just with an op, trying to keep his hands on it. And yeah, it is going to be 1-7, just another round for TryHearts. These guys are looking really good today.
Yeah, looking extra clean, and at least we're going to see Prodigy getting a few exit frags, but at the end of the day, it is going to come down to a really close first half. No, really close round each time where they're kind of forced off. A lot of the time, they just don't have the room to move, and I'm hoping that they're going to be able to correct that soon, because as we could tell, it has been a rough fight back for them, and I'm just looking at hopefully Teiko taking a couple more rounds here while they adapt to this team, but only so much we can do for them. I mean, right now, it's a lot of pushback. A lot of pushback.
Definitely is. Only a few MP9s being invested into an F57. Evil Scrabble probably will get his hands on an SMG as well, but how much is that going to be helping them against AK-47s and a fully loaded TryHearts comp? I'm not too sure. This is not looking good for these guys, and we do have another timeout. It really is, as we said earlier, they are taking mid control. They are even trying to be aggressive on towards Cave, but not really getting any early picks on TryHarts. And it's actually the opposite way. TryHarts, they're either getting a pick or just playing it so passive that they're not giving up any teammates of theirs. So yeah, Teiko's just really, they really are in a pinch right now.
Yeah, they're in a bit of a pinch, and I kind of understand it. I mean, they're trying to, take a little bit of an adaptation here, but to be honest with you, it's not the new sub that isn't performing right now. Some of the people we saw yesterday, RTMod and Evil Scrabble, 2-8, 2-9. I need to see them really pick it up, or 2-7. I need to see them just get back into the groove of things. This is a team that knows what they're doing, but I feel like it might be the team coordination, maybe the comms are what they're missing out on, and let's hope that they're going to have some way of turning this back, as they only have an op and everything else light buys. You got MP9s, you got 5.7s, and you don't got a lot of time to make it work.
Definitely is the case. TryHarts this time around, alternating it once again, tucked up inside B main, trying to see if Teiko makes any moves, and they already have, to be honest, because they do have mid control, and one guy's really up close inside Cave. Hope. Not really spotting anyone, but is going to be spotted by the op. He has been mollied off towards mid, and there's one guy keeping information that nobody's pushing mid as well. TryHarts definitely going for a really clean default here, trying to see if anyone pushes A, trying to see if anyone pushes mid, and now they're just going to be repositioning all towards B, and we might just see a B side take incoming. Teiko, although they do seem kind of prepped for it already, but yeah, the weaponry disadvantage is definitely still there, and we are going to be seeing how they're going to be managing in the last 30 seconds of the round.
Now managing, honestly, I'm looking at just the opening. It's up to Prodigy. The op in hand isn't finding much. And there we go. Scrabble actually grabs it instead. The smoke off team. Ooh, but the execution, they're jumping on site. Hope needs to find one and does, but he's done and dusted. It's just going to be Inkwell picking up Prodigy's op and getting a clean flick down on an Affamon. Unfortunately, with the op, he drops. Yeah. Flash is too clean.
I think the biggest difference here is what Teiko's really missing is just those trades. There's always an opening pick on site, but there is no trade for that guy. Whereas for TryHard, there's always a trade. Rage Machine always walks in first, or maybe it's Helper, but Victor or, one of these guys, they're just always there to trade him out. And yeah, that's what's kind of keeping TryHards alive every single round. And that's what I think is Teiko's kind of missing, to be honest. Because, yeah, this is just throwing them off quite a lot. Teiko, some of their members are just trying to play it out really passive. Some of them are just trying to be the first line of defense. It's just not quite working out for these guys.
Well, let's see it. Working out. It's time to take it slow. It's time for maybe Teiko to stack a site again. I mean, they've tried that. Maybe take mid again. Okay, they've tried that. So they've tried almost every strat in the book here except for 5-man rushing. Just completely overpower.
They kind of did that on the pistol with the MP9s, but they just got sprayed down through the smoke.
Yeah, but the pistols and MP9s, you're going to really not have a good time there. If they finally have a weapon advantage and they can cut the distance, 5v3, they are at an advantage. And if they can find the side with the op, then they definitely have advantage in a close quarter fight. But that is such a risky play. It's the only one they haven't tried, but when you try everything else, I mean, what do you have to lose? Teiko now 1-8, 7 rounds behind, is going to have to buddy up system and try to keep burning this clock, or they have to go for one of these Hail Mary plays. They're going to have to go a little bit faster here, a little bit slower there. I don't know. Right now, it's not looking great, but it's only a best of 5. It's only game 1, and they do have enough time to adapt to their new player and adapt to the enemy team.
Definitely is the case. But now, TryHarts tying up really close on A. They're going to be spotting out Prodigy. Prodigy missing his first shot. Not good for this guy, but oh well. They are doing really good on B side as the bomb is actually towards A, and they're going to be getting the bomb down. That was an amazing play by TryHarts, actually keeping the bomb really near to A side, which is going to be letting them get it down. And now it is a 2v2 situation, despite having lost a lot of their members around the map.
Yeah, but the problem here is where the bomb is planted. Are we going to be seeing the team get there in time? You have to start pushing out of mid, and yes, we do see both of them onto the site. Teiko, this is your opportunity to retake, but Indigo op in hand. We know how fast he flicks. Simple with the op, and there it is.
Oh.
Proof in the pudding and the swing. Hope, low
Good
HP.
nade.
Kobe. So unfortunate. Teiko definitely had the best chance at that round, but Indigo's op is just that good. Now taking us into our next round. Remember, this is TryHearts map pick. They wanted to be on this map, and Teiko is just doing something different. They are so clean with this team. I'm hoping that TryHearts is going to be able to, give a little leeway here. But as it also is a CT-sided map, they're 11 rounds in, and they are dominating on the weaker side.
Definitely. They could have probably played that last round better. I mean, Teiko just seems kind of confused here, but look at that. I'll hold on to that Todd because Afamon is just going to be finding hope out of nowhere. Prodigy, though, getting some work done, but yeah, not impactful enough because Helper is there along with Afamon to shut it all down. Yep, Teiko's they're just being dominated by TryHards at this point. But yeah, coming back to that previous thought, is the case that should I even? But yeah, they seemed a little confused. They had a smoke. They still decided to tap the bomb, but not even tap it, stick it, make it a free kill for Indigo. And they just used the smoke later after the guy got tagged down to 19 HP. So yeah, a lot of you might be right about the team comms things because a lot of coordination is missing there from Teiko's side. But now it's just the next round with Evil Scrabble up against 3 people. So yeah, I don't think he's achieving much there either.
Yeah, and we don't have many rounds left in the half. I mean, best case scenario is a 10-2, and that's not what you want to have. So looking at this team, turning this around, again, it's going to be 100% up to their play style. But Evil Scrabble grabbing a pick. All you have to do is do that, 8 more times? Win this game. Oh, Rage Machine actually died to the bomb. This could be a turn of the century. We might actually see somebody able to lock this in. Now, let's see what TryHearts can do with still having all the money in the world. Teiko, I think 2 of them aren't going to be able to fully buy with Kit, but looks like Inkwell will sacrifice all of his cash, but no nades now for Inkwell except for an Incense that's dropped. I don't know. They're going into this with pretty much nothing, and it's 1-10, so what do they have to do here?
That is really what they're going to be showing us. The round already has started, and interestingly, Teiko, they only have went with one single kit, which means they're probably more keen on not letting TryHards get the plan in. A lot of utilities were there, but they have been disposed of. Cave kind of being contested for Hope, though. Still peeking really aggressively.
Ooh.
Victor.
Nice.
A little bit of a fight, but Hope is going to be the victor of that duel and is going to become passive, but still, TryHearts already being on site. Rage Machine trading him out really quickly. Inkwell finally getting into the battlefield is going to be finding help lurking mid, but now the bomb is already down. Still though, Inkwell, he is not stopping, finding terrorist after terrorist, and now Rage Machine is there.
Let's see it. Defusing the bomb, the wall bang is online, but it took him the entirety of the half to figure out how to execute like that, and it really was just on the back of Hope getting theirs. I mean, honestly, a real rough round, 10-2 on their CT side, which means going over to the T side, they're going to have a dramatic change in their play style. But at the end of the day, it's all up to them. It's up to them if they want to prove what they can do. Teiko, though, they should have what it takes. However, TryHearts, with their really solid executions, I think might just have to take a pistol round. And remember, if they lose pistol round, the game's over. There's no chance at recovering an 11-2 side.
Definitely. I mean, they're not going to be having any money after that round, so it's pretty much over, done and dusted. But still, for now, in this pistol, they do have a chance because, hey, it is Ancient that we're on, and TryHearts can definitely. I mean, is it Teiko? Yeah, it is Teiko. So Teiko definitely do have a chance at coming back at this. While TryHearts, they definitely do not want to miss out on this opportunity of just closing this out and adding one round to their list. And yeah, just getting one step closer to winning this best of 5.
Yeah, and winning the best of 5 should be pretty easy here. I mean, all you got to do is keep up this momentum if you're TryHearts. I mean, that's what I'm saying. They have what they take. They looked at the map pick of Ancient and were like, oh, nice. You guys want to be on this map? That's our map now. And they're proceeding to tend to try the other side. So I don't know. You're looking at a real rough time here for these two teams. But as our timeout is coming to an end, as this team is now getting into the pistol round, I'm looking at some of the buys here. Double Dualies, Helper, Rage Machine, Affaman, and Victor going in with the USPSs. And honestly, one flash is all that they bring to the table. That is a very ballsy play. But they do have a lot of armor, so these Glocks have to hit their headshots.
Interesting Donut flash, but not really committing to Donut, actually making their way towards CT, finding Indigo there, kind of ignoring him and going the other way around. This is a really interesting approach. Red Room to Temple to A site, and they have made it out there, and now they're fighting out the Donut guys, actually finding the pick onto Affamon. As the rotation comes through, they should be able to shut it down, and will do exactly that. But look at Richter though with the USPS. He is known to be deadly with this gun, trying to get some shots down, and will do so perfectly. Bombs planted, time's running out, Rage Machine, dualies in hand, last guy up against 3. Can he do this?
He can get one, but Inkwell shuts it down. 10-3 now. Teiko in the game, on the board. TryHearts needing to somehow, some way, take it back with only 7-round deficit. You know, the crazy thing is, though, I think TryHearts, they know how to play this economy. They're not going to force buy. They're not going to try to take the round back. They're just going to take their time. And that's where this team really shines. So, I don't know. You got to be a little bit concerned for these guys over on Teiko's side, as they're playing against a team that isn't taking full advantage of their ego and just taking it slow. So, I don't know. You look over at Teiko, they're going to have to dominate on the T side and completely shut down the CTs. But the CTs have a different plan. Let's all stack mid.
Interesting approach to try and win this round. They do have a 5-7 and a few P250s, but all that's going to be good for just delivering some binding damage, and they don't really seem too keen on fighting them out from mid, actually making their way towards T-spawn to find some exit frags. Teiko probably are just going to have to wait the bomb to take its time.
Yeah,
I'd see a few kills coming through, but yeah, I think they should be able to get a few exits out of this round, save up enough money for the next, and then we're going to be seeing the real game plan that TryHearts probably do have up their sleeves.
I mean, if they execute some of these players with AKs, they don't even have to buy next round, and just so you don't expect that. And, okay, Hope's getting one and punished. I mean, 2 are going to go down, but now it's a fight that breaks out.
This is just a firing range of pistols.
Them with pistols. Okay. All right. They didn't get any more. I thought that we were going to be seeing a lot more of an execution there, but at the end of the day, TryHearts now gets to buy, and they did take a decent chunk out of the economy here for Teiko. So if Teiko wants to take this, they're going to have to group up, and they're going to have to execute a site with almost no mistakes.
That is definitely true, and I'm really interested in seeing the approach these guys take. TryHearts this time around taking mid, but look at that. Teiko is already walking out of all of their utilities. Amazing nade by Indigo, taking down 2, and the rifle's out as well, making it a triple for this guy. Rage Machine pushes out a cave, finds 1, B main as well. It's all now down to Hope, the last hope of Teiko to keep this map alive, but up against 5. He probably doesn't have much hope either.
Yeah, you got to take a deep breath here. Assume that you can at least get a couple, but Hope 72 ADR. See if you can almost quadruple that in this round. And nope, Affamon just catches you with your pants down. You're not going to anticipate the swing, and the massacre comes through. Very solid round so far from TryHearts. Now getting into this next one, unfortunately, Teiko does not have enough to buy, so they're going to be going in with thoughts and prayers, really. I'm hoping that they have at least what it takes to have Inkwell and Prodigy get some opening picks, maybe find some of these AKs in the hands of TryHearts and back in the hands of their rightful T-side owners. But I don't know. Getting into this next round, it is going to come down to, maybe some of the Tech 9 rushes. Remember, Teiko took a very solid semifinals with their use of eco weapons.
Definitely did, and now we do have the rifles to close this out. Up against just the Eagles. 2 AKs still, though. Inkle and Prodigy. Inkle, being the sub, actually has been doing a lot of damage over this map, so yeah. There are a lot of hopes for this guy. Helper up really close. He should be getting out of that, but he's just going to smoke him off. Just hold that angle. Interesting map control by TryHearts for now. They did take mid, so Teiko definitely do have to clear it out. Once again, the double cave play, I'm really liking it. As Teiko approaches B side, the fight has kind of started.
Nice molly. Unfortunately, that's going to cut them off just a bit. I mean, it's not a lot of util left. I think Hope has 1 smoke grenade. That's all they have, and it's not a lot to work with. But if this team wants to be able to win this game, they're going to have to make a lot from nothing, and I think they have the skills to pay the bills in that department. I think they have what it takes to maybe, just maybe, get a couple kills down. As here comes the rush. Smoke should fall, but they swing before it even touches the site. Indigo able to get 1. Scrabble, though. Ego. Ooh, nice pick. Indigo with the 2. And there's the flank. Getting 1 more down. It's a 2v1. Scrabble having to commit to the bomb, and the bomb's planted. Money's found, but immediately murdered, and immediately it's going to be a retake with defusal, with match point advantage, and even more AKs in their hands at TryHearts.
Oh boy. Teiko. Definitely not looking very good on this map, and I believe that they might go for a few rounds or so, but yeah, they're probably betting their bets on the upcoming games. Ancient looks very much like it's going to be going towards TryHearts, with them being now at the match point. They should be looking forward to close this down as soon as possible, with Indigo now on the op as well. No mid-take this time around, only utils, and now they're pretty evenly spread out all over the map. We have one guy taking A main control, though, which gives TryHearts a really huge advantage, by the way. Nobody's really holding. It's going to be Hope, the first guy to catch the push, and yep, Affaman has been taken down. Donut being really aggressive towards, but Helper is there to keep it in check.
I mean, it's hard to keep it in check right now. I mean, you got to take a deep breath for your Teiko. You've lost 1. Prodigy is no longer here. You did manage to grab Afamon, which was a really solid player, but funnily enough, a really solid player, bottom of the scoreboard. So you got to find more impacts. You got to get a few more without getting these 1-for-1 trades. You need to be able to touch the board pretty handedly, and that ain't no guarantee right now. Do you see the big push here? Nade, and ooh, doesn't actually do too much damage. They managed to dodge it, but it's a spray from Helper. 1, 2, might be able. Top shot to the chest. Inkwell 1v2, and the sub having to clutch it to keep himself in the game, keep his team alive for our best of 5. And ooh, doesn't have the bomb plant, doesn't even have it in his possession.
30 seconds left. Has to go get back the bomb or just kill both of these members, but he's going to be walking right into Indigo's crosshair, and Indigo's is going to be doing a perfect job at clearing him out and taking the first map with them. So yeah, this is TryHearts.